Hello and welcome to Tower Talk Business Radio, powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation. My name is Ray Schwetz, AVP of NEFCU Business Banking, along with Donyshia Boston-Hill, CEO, keeper of the brand marketing and digital agency.
Ray and I bring you weekly business advice, tips, tools, and services that help you grow your business. Plus, we interview the top business leaders in the industry. Now, Ray, let's jump into Success Chat.
Yes.
First, many people are encouraged to do something today that their future selves will thank them for. And that's really a motivator. What motivates you?
Wow. Well, what motivates me? I got 3 kids at home.
Okay.
I got a wife at home. I got 2 dogs at home. I got a guinea pig at home.
And that guinea pig.
That's all pretty motivating. Yes.
I think he rounded out the family nicely.
A lot of mouths to feed. No, all kidding aside, no, it's definitely what motivates me. What I find is the thing that drives me for success is, making sure that I'm doing the right thing by them.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it makes me feel good.
You're a good
it's
guy.
a selfish thing.
It is.
Anyway.
It is. It's self-fulfilling.
Helping with business empowerment today is our guest, Geo Derice. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Derice.
Derice, okay. My last name is Schwetz, so you should just hear what people do with it. But anyway, so Geo Derice, he is a motivational speaker, author, and entrepreneur. Geo is the author of a really cool titled book. Is that, cool title? That's proper English, right? Proper grammar? The Thirst is Real, a guide dedicated on helping students maximize their full potential. Geo was recently chosen to head up a youth advocacy group to help provide inspiration and practical strategies to increase success amongst the youth in New York City. FindSpark, the nation's largest, not first, but the nation's largest meetup group for interns and recent grads in the country, called Geo an extraordinary inspirational speaker who speaks to the hearts, minds, and souls of students. Geo has worked behind the scenes with several multi-million-dollar enterprises. As a vice president of marketing, he helped put together a campaign that helped generate over $100,000 in monthly revenue. And in addition to his work with the businesses, he's partnered with organizations such as the Yogi Berra Museum and Foundations for Life, all geared towards empowering youth to achieve their personal best and live out their promising futures. Welcome, Geo.
Thank you so much, Ray. Appreciate you guys.
No, thank you. Thank you for coming to the show. Now, so Geo, when did you begin your motivational speaking journey?
Wow, I would say it probably started about 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I got this itch to want to go ahead and inspire people after I finished joining the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, actually. Mm-hmm. So I had an opportunity to inspire one person. I was like, man, this is so amazing. How could I go and do this to more than one person? And then a friend of mine was doing a summer camp and told me, if you want to speak, there's a group of students here, young people that you can speak to here. I did it and then never looked back.
Oh, nice.
Wow, that's cool.
It takes a good person not only to give themselves to volunteer to be a mentor for Big Brothers and Big Sisters. So, touche to you.
It was a challenge.
Now, are you a superhero fan?
Not really.
No, okay.
I don't really follow superheroes that much.
All right, then I can't talk to you anymore.
Wow, right? I didn't know.
Interview is over.
Just teasing. No, because what you said, it's funny. It reminded me of a scene in Justice League where Batman is talking to Flash, and he says, "Just save one." The Flash is wondering how he can, how he can look at this insurmountable goal, and he goes, "Don't worry about the goal. Just focus on one." And it sounds like you did just that.
Absolutely. That's where it starts. I think everybody's talking about, how do I move the masses? And it's like, well, how do you move a mass? And then worry about the masses later on.
I think you got him. I think he's now an official superhero fan.
See, now he's going to go check out a comic book shop and he's going to go get Batman in the Flash.
And then my wife is going to kick me out when I run out of all the money. Comics.
Well, hopefully my wife isn't listening to this one because, that's exactly what she's thinking probably. He's not home right now. Maybe I can get rid of him while he's out.
She might sell him and make a pretty penny.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, that being said, you're quite the superhero from your bio. Geo, The Thirst is Real is a very cool title for that book. Now tell us about how you came up with that.
I really wanted to write a book that I think young people would actually want to go ahead and pick up. So if I went ahead and said how to maximize your full potential, I don't really think young people is picking that up. So I thought about what's the lingo that young people are already using, and said, let me go and put that as the title because that's who I was writing for. So at that time period, I wrote it back in 2014. everybody was using the word thirsty, and the definition of that word is somebody who's like, it was more used in a relationship context, like, you know, like, so if you got a guy who's going after a girl and seems to be everywhere she is, that guy would be called thirsty. And so I said, hey, you know what? I don't think it's a bad thing to go after something. It's just you don't want to go after someone because they'll file a restraining order on you. But when it comes to like goals or dreams, I think it's that type of passion that you need to have in order to make it a reality.
Right, and it doesn't always end up in a restraining order. Right, sometimes you get married.
and then they don't have they can't use that one anymore.
Yeah, you're like, why is this guy staring at me all the time? He's thirsty, and he ends up being your husband.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Interesting.
And we'll learn more about that because you watch HGTV with your wife.
Yeah, all the time. House Hunters, so many different shows. I can't keep up with it.
So now, what pushes you into your purpose?
Wow, that's a great question. Honestly, I just, like for me, when I was growing up, I didn't have like an older brother or older sister. And I feel like a lot of times what happens is people want to go about the right way, but they just haven't found a model to go and actually see, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is what I'm not supposed to do. So literally I felt like my purpose and what drove me was like, who's going to do that for somebody else? And I think a lot of times what happens is we like, somebody should do something, but then what happens is we discount ourselves as the somebody. Every time. And so I said, let me just be that somebody and start inspiring people, and even on a smaller scale. So you do it in your own house. Because I think a lot of us, we all want world impact, but then our communities suffer because we want to be on CNN, but not on a local, dominate on a local level first. So honestly, I just felt like I just wanted to provide something that I felt was not readily accessible for me.
Yeah, it's something. It's a conversation I have with my oldest daughter often because she is very concerned about the political climate and about certain people not being able to achieve success because of backgrounds or gender or whatever. And I keep telling her the same thing. Don't worry about what's going on in the bigger political world. I mean, yes, keep an eye on it,
right? But
focus on what's in front of you, what's going on right now in the local community, and the way you can make an impact.
Yep, absolutely. I agree with you 100%, Ray.
You are listening to Tower Talk Business Radio on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC. I'm Ray Schwetz, along with Donyshia Boston-Hill, and our guest today is Geo Derice. Derice?
You got it right the first time.
Derice.
There you go.
I'm so sorry.
No worries.
You can call me Schwartz. He's a motivational speaker and author and entrepreneur. Welcome back.
So, Geo, please share with us how you got involved in the Find the Spark. The Find Spark. Is it the Find Spark? We are just...
Yeah, Find Spark. Yeah,
Find Spark. I'm second guessing myself now. Find Spark organization.
It's catching.
Yeah, so there was an event that was being held actually specifically about people who went one career path and decided they wanted to go a different path. So when I saw that and there was like a call for proposals, it was actually an event that was being held at NYU. I was like, man, I never spoke at NYU before. I'm doing this. So I go ahead, I apply, and I could relate to them because I felt like I went through that process. I was a personal trainer. I was in the fitness industry, although you can't tell. And then I was like, let me go, and I could relate to them. So Find Spark puts together this event. I go speak at it. A lot of people just got a lot of good stuff from it. I'm meeting 40-year-olds who's like, I've been stuck in this job for 15 years and I just got to figure out a way to get out. So Find Spark puts together these amazing events all over the country, but also predominantly in New York City is where they started from, and get people to go and connect and find what is that spark that helps you to go and say, okay, this is the career path that I want to do. So I went to do that. And then they have this thing called Hustle Summit. And I was a mentor there, and that was amazing just to like see young people just coming in, wanting advice on resumes, wanting to know, how do I stand out on the marketplace? How do I go and create a business? So I just felt in alignment with a lot of the things that they're doing. They really was trying to go and provide an avenue where they can go and help people who may not be able to find that kind of help somewhere else.
Now, you're very passionate, and it's obvious to me that that you are very good at what you do. It must be very tough, though, I think, in the industry that you're in. there's a lot of folks out there who are claiming to be motivational speakers, and I think, judging from what I know of your background and everything, you come from a place, where you overcame some challenges, and you're a man of a big heart, with a big heart, and but how do you differentiate yourself? How do you get that message to kind of drown out the ones who are really not, putting other people first to help motivate them?
I think, honestly, over time, the people get figured out. So, I think motivational speaking is a cool thing to say. I could take a quote, copy it on Facebook. I'm now a motivational speaker, right? So that's what makes it a challenge. So, a lot of times, I almost sometimes don't even like being called a motivational speaker, because it's just, that's what everybody says. I sometimes say I'm an inspirational speaker, or I'm a engagement expert, just helping you to become fully engaged with life. But I think the way you differentiate yourself from a lot of different people is just literally you stay in the game long enough. But I think you got to figure out what is your niche, what is the demographic that you feel like your story really gravitates to. And I feel like for me, it's really the college industry, the high schools, where I'm talking about what does it look like to really go after your goals. And not just to be because a lot of college students are in college. So on paper, I'm in college, but you're not into college. You're not engaged in anything in school. And that's kind of was my story when I went to St. John's University. I was just hey, I just get a grade, leave, get a degree, and I'm out. And I realized long after graduating and feeling a little bit unaccomplished when I was done that I may have done it the wrong way.
A lot of people from St. John's, including myself, fall into that.
Oh, wow.
And I say that because it's a commuter school. You're in New York City, and there's so much noise that's around you. I am glad that I contributed to the new dorms, or the recent dorms, and giving everyone a parking garage. However, I think there's a lot that's missed for people that are trying to block out the noise and really not totally engaged in the college experience.
Right,
so
absolutely.
You're not alone.
Thank you.
But the message needs to be out there, so I'm glad you're putting it out there.
Yes.
How do you mix your love for sports and motivational speaking? I know you said you played football growing up. So tell us about the training you did when you were providing guidance to the football team for 3 years.
Yeah, I think sports is a great metaphor for life. You have to work with other people. There are going to be some obstacles. There's an opposition, right? So you might think, okay, I want this goal, but there's someone else who also wants that goal. And I think sometimes we don't realize that. So you give the bare minimum, not realizing that somebody else also is looking to get the same very thing that you want. So when it came to being able to motivate young people after playing 4 years, I literally went back to high school coaching right out of high school. So I coached for 3 years. I'm 17 years old and I'm coaching football. But the reality was, what I saw was people who just had obstacles and needed someone to motivate them, push them, actually believe in them more than they believe in themselves. And what they do is they might not have that belief, but they buy into your belief in them. And then once they start exercising it, that becomes something that they could take ownership of and say, this is mine, and then be able to go and do a lot of great things afterwards.
That's fantastic. You are listening to Tower Talk Business Radio. Our guest today is Geo Derice, motivational speaker, author, and entrepreneur. My name is Donyshia Boston-Hill, along with Ray Schwetz, on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Excuse me, I know you have a 9 o'clock, so I'll keep this short. I'm the business suit in the back of your closet. You wore me nearly every day before your office went, quote, casual. I used to be the CEO of your closet. Now I'm just that one intern no one ever talks to. I always thought you'd circle back with me, get granular, keep me in the pipeline. But nada. Nothing. Don't you remember the McKittrick presentation? You spilled coffee on me, and I still looked amazing during the breakout talkback Q&A. So, I think it's time for me to move on. I've got a great resume, and I absolutely crush it in interviews, okay? Let's make this a clean break. Shift the paradigm. The only thing I ask is that you think outside the box here and do this. Take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create new jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff. Create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Tower Talk Business Radio, powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Donyshia Boston-Hill, along with Ray Schwetz, and our guest today is Geo Derice, motivational speaker, author, and entrepreneur, and fellow St. John's University alumni.
Yes.
So go Red
Storm.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I was a Red Man. But now we're all about Nassau Community College.